What's good, you guys? Welcome back to Black Tea. It's your girl, Ebony. All right, you guys. So Cardi B is out here trying to surrender and throw the white flag of peace to Azealia Banks. And she is actually saying that she would love to direct a photo shoot for Azealia Banks. Talk about interesting, right? It's like, Cardi B, did you forget what Azealia Banks said to you when you had to delete your whole Instagram? We're going to get into that. So according to Pop Crave, Cardi B said this: I would love to direct a photo shoot for her, but you know, I'm a little afraid of her. She can turn left real quick, but I would love that.
She had like white clothes on, and I actually really liked it. And I'm like, you know what? She gets it. I would love like to direct like a photo shoot for her, but you know, I'm a little afraid of her. She could turn left real quick, but I think I would love that. Like, I would have went crazy. I would have, like, when she shaved her head, I would have done an insane photo shoot.
Now, people are reacting to this because nobody understands why Cardi B would even want to work with someone who has spoken so negatively about her in the past. One Instagram user saying this: but in court, you said she was the first person to say you had trash until she finds out she used to talk about her child. Y'all will end up scrapping, but have fun. So she hasn't heard Azalea's opinion on her. Clearly, the things Azealia said about her. Cardi, I think you should look up what she said about you. Now, Azealia Banks did respond to Cardi B. Not only did she call Cardi B an industry plant, but she also said that Cardi B gets people beat up, allegedly. Now, this is what Azealia had to say. This is you basically calling Cardi B an industry plant. Azealia says she was an industry plant, but sis took advantage of the opportunity and rode that B word the F out, assembled the right team, seized the moment, and made herself a cultural mainstay. You have to respect it. Now, she also went on her rant on Twitter, and it was a bunch of voice messages basically saying that Cardi should not be afraid of her because Cardi is the one getting people beat up, allegedly. Check this out.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, it has been on my mind all day. Like when artists are like, I'm afraid of Azealia Banks. You really have no reason to be afraid of Azealia Banks. Especially Cardi, you have no reason to be afraid of Azealia Banks. It's this, like, I actually, like, you're a lot scarier than I am. You know, like, you do, like, scary stuff, you know. I've seen you, like, hop in SUVs and, like, go downtown and, like, you know, by yourself, which scares me, the fact that you're by yourself, to, like, fight a fan or argue with a fan. Like, I would never let you do that. There's a lot of things I would not let you do. And there would be a lot of places that I would just never let you go into. Like, yeah. And you get jumped. Like, I'm not scary. And yeah, the whole disclaimer that everyone always has to put before Azealia Banks, like, come on, please. So what? Like, I used the internet and said a bunch of times when I was like 23, 24, 25. Like, life goes on. Life goes on, you know? And I'm allowed to change my mind about things. Yeah, I just had to, like, give myself that like break, because I really do really be like explaining myself and just trying to like prove like, no, I'm not a bad person, but I'm really not at all. I think I'm pretty practical, but like all artists, you have no reason to be afraid of Azealia Banks. I weigh like 109 pounds. I'm very easy to lift off of the ground. Very easy. So yeah, can we please let this be the last time that we get that Azealia Banks disclaimer? Because it's not fair. It's not fair.
Child, imagine saying you want to be cool with somebody. It's just so interesting how there is so many agendas behind the scenes. Ain't nobody reached out to Azealia Banks until she started coming for Nicki. Now all of these ops are trying to link up. It's just very weird. And I do want to give you guys a little bit of backstory about Azealia Banks and Cardi B. Now y'all know I did look it up and I do have the receipts. So we are only going to talk about one incident, and it's a lot of writing, so bear with me. But Azealia Banks did drag Cardi B for filth, and it actually forced Cardi B to delete her Instagram a little bit ago. This was actually when Cardi B first started getting known in hip hop. It was way before she blew up. Azealia had actually sat down with the Breakfast Club, and she had said some very interesting things about Cardi B. One of those things being the fact that Cardi B was not intelligent, and Cardi B actually jumped into the blog comments to respond to Azealia Banks. And after this, all hell broke loose.
Cardi B, illiterate, untalented rat.
I did. This caricature of a black woman that black women themselves would never be able to get away with, you know? Like, if my spelling and grammar was that bad.
After this interview, Cardi said wasn't Beyonce the same woman she was talking mess about and dragging all over the media? I'm from the hood. I speak how I speak. I am who I am. I did not choose to be famous. People chose me. People followed me on Instagram, and people gave me a platform to introduce my talent. I never asked to be an example or role model. I don't want to change my ways because I'm famous. That's why I just mind my business. This is coming from a woman that bleached her skin and wants to be an advocate. Goodbye. I'm not apologizing or hurting myself because of who I am. Now, Azealia Banks responded with this, and I do want to let y'all know this is a hot mess. Azealia dragged this girl from the roots of her lace front. Belcalis, sis, give it up. You have a fever and you're leaking breast milk everywhere, trying to come up with a refutable comeback. Sis spent 12 hours proofreading a message while still completely missing the point. You and whoever wrote this reply for you don't have the intelligence to engage in a not so complex discussion. I spoke about it for all of 2 minutes in an interview, and you respond by calling me unattractive, mentioning my bleaching my skin, and telling me to suck your ass, immediately proving yourself to be exactly who I thought you were. You're a bird, sis. Let us not forget that your face looks like a big toe with a hammer nail without all of that contour on your face. Now, Azealia, why you say Cardi B looked like a big toe with a hammer nail? Allegedly, chill. Not a big toe with a hammer nail. Azealia is ruthless. Remember, this is Azalea's opinion, not mine. She goes on to say this: you have very mediocre looking light-skinned woman, a coated tongue you love to wag around, and horribly deep-set eyes. For your information, I bleached my skin due to a severe breakout I had from a Depo-Provera shot. Some black women, we have issues with hyperpigmentation, and it takes years for our scars to fade. Once again, you missed the point. The color of my skin has absolutely nothing to do with the greater discussion surrounding black women's culture and our representation in the media. From what I know, you have always identified as a Latina. You've only recently begun to identify as a black woman once you became part of hip hop, and you felt pressured to represent the women you so often called burnt, bald-headed roaches. Even so, it's clear that you are having a problem with this newfound proximity to blackness, as evidenced by your propensity to turn any and all attempts to engage you in these important cultural discussions into Fox sympathetic crybaby rants about how you're just a dumb B-word from the hood who never asked to be a role model. Reverse psychology will not work here. As a black woman in hip-hop, it is imperative that you use your newfound black womanhood responsibly. Saying things to Rolling Stone like I don't even use use condoms when the H word remains a threat to many minority girls who patronize your music is irresponsible. I suggest that you leave these type of cultural conversations alone for now. You don't have the range. Child, allegedly, this is Azealia's opinion, not mine. This is a hot mess. So as you guys see, Azealia has said some very mean things about Cardi B. So for Cardi B to come out and say that she would do a photo shoot with Azealia Banks really doesn't make any sense. After Azealia said this, Cardi deleted her Instagram. So I just don't know if there is a secondhand motive to her wanting to work with Azealia Banks, but this is not the only thing that Azealia has said about Cardi. She's dragged her husband, she's dragged people that are around her. Y'all know that Azealia is back and forth. So one time she may like you, the next day she may not like you, but to say that you would work with someone who spoke so badly of you is just so unreal to me. It just makes me wonder, like, is there a motive for you wanting to link up with someone like this? Allegedly, in my opinion, child, it just never gets old. Social media never gets old. Let me know what you guys think about these topics down below, and if somebody talked about you the way Azealia Banks dragged Cardi B, would you be willing to work with them in the future? I look forward to reading your comments. Subscribe to the channel, give this video a big thumbs up, and we'll talk very soon. Bye guys.